Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to War Hospital, episode 14. In previous attacks, in previous battles, we've learned the hard way about how those casualties come to us and how we lose most of them before they ever reach us. Last time, our numbers were positive. We saved more than we lost. We were definitely found wanting in a lot of casualties never even, getting into a position where we could serve them. So we've just come out of a battle and we've got work to do. Right now, things are actually looking really good. We have supplies everywhere we need it. We have morale at 97% right now. The operating ward has 3 patients that are currently being operated on. We have a plus 100 balance. Casualty clearing station, though, yeah, it's crowded. But here's the thing about it being crowded. It's all chemical ward. 14 waiting and then some inside. All 20 are patients of the chemical ward. That is why we have this scenario. We have 6 that we've already assigned. We have 14 still waiting, the entire group. Most of them are the event that we have ongoing for this chapter, and that is the Spanish flu, the Spanish influenza. It's hit the locals, and that's what you can see here with this icon. These are the locals that are impacted by it, and you can see that all 6 that are waiting right now are locals. We only have 2 military patients that are awaiting treatment. They're quick surgeries, they're easy surgeries, but you got to try to get to them before they die. So I think that's what our chemical ward is going to stay active with. We're actually going to kind of get after the civilians because they can really add up fast quantity wise and not use a whole lot of resources to save. But with the battle having just taken place, we have an advanced dressing station with 6 medic teams this time around. So we have 6 teams out there. They should be able to operate pretty fast about dealing with the wounded. If they can bring in 6 at a time of 25, they're going to get through that relatively quick. But what we noticed last time around is, well, 2 things. One, they bring us the chemical and trauma patients first before the general. They prioritize them. Second thing that we learned was that those medic teams, they're going to get everybody out of the trenches and back to the advanced dressing station. They're going to clear the trenches before they start bringing them to us. And 4 teams just couldn't handle that. 6 teams, still not going to be perfect. I mean, that's a 50% increase in how fast that they are going to go through this process. And we should see more patients arriving sooner rather than later. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can get through this with fewer casualties than what we did. 2 battles ago, we only lost 10, but it was a relatively small battle. There wasn't a lot of casualties in the first place. The last battle that we had,
patient arrived.
We lost a lot. We lost a lot of patients, and look, the number is growing. There's now 29 wounded in the trenches as the scrap finishes up. Now 33 and counting. Holy crap, and we're already at 21 here. That new patient, looking like another civilian, has been added in. Not completely. We do have a few. Yeah, there's 3 additional. So 5 of the 15 that are here are military. 10 are civilian. Let's check in on that one. We are down to a serious one. I think we're going to have to maybe say no on this one. Save the resources. Let it go. It's trauma ward. It's a VIP. Well, yeah, that's a lot of resources, and that's a long time, but it's not going to be too stressful on our surgeon. 40 the count at the front.
Sir, operation was successful.
So you can see we have 17 in our connection point within the trenches. 14 here. We have another 9 there. Are there any visible patients? No. It's like you got men returning to their spot in the trenches.
Sir, new patient arrived.
There's our medic teams. already getting patients out from the trenches and back towards the rear. So grand total of 36 now. The medic teams have arrived. Here comes that first wave of patients to the advanced dressing station. But this is going to be quite the process. Quite the process indeed as the first one arrives. Yeah, 36, that's going to take a while. Here comes the ambulance as well, starting to bring the patients this direction. The operating ward itself is clear for the moment. Going on to the assignments, we only have a single team here at the casualty clearing station as we are overloading the advanced dressing station. That's going to make it a little bit harder on getting them in. And with two nurses, let's go ahead and we're going to swap out just the one. You know, we have 3 engineers sitting available. And the others are in pretty good shape. Let's see what we can do about a camp improvement. It's a weird time to kind of do that just following a battle, but we have so many engineers now that it's just nature of the beast. You can do things. Patient rehabilitation improved by 10. That's not even going to take that long. Just 3 hours. Easy enough. This is why I think you can just about get by with one casualty clearing station. Is the operating ward, the CCS are right next to each other. The ambulance pulls up real close. Like, most of the work they do is just bang, bang, bang. It's all so close. But we've started to bring in our first patients, and love that we've got one here already for the regular general surgery ward. Only 2 doctors available though, but the chemical ward is picking up the worst of the patients for the time being. We're quickly getting through these, but with rest coming, we do have a chapter event, but I'm going to really wait until we are done with the chaos of this battle before we send off staff to complete that task. It's all chemical ward once again. Balance is actually increasing at the front, so there's more activity still. Follow up at the front, and getting a positive event at least is nice, but making very little difference. Look at that, we're up to a general count of 39, and we've already had 3 or 4 brought in from the front. So 40 plus is where we've kind of wound up at on this one. And with just 7 wounded back there, there's still a large contingency at the front. The ambulance is helping us transport, I believe, those from the front. ADS is understaffed, right? We've got 6 medic teams out there, but they're understaffed. These guys are close to collapsing. It's time. We have to pull. The only place to pull from is the front, and we're going to have to give them a rest. So we're down to 5 at the front now. We also have 1 extremely exhausted nurse, but luckily the other one has rested. And we have an event. HQ run out of chemical medicine supplies. They're going to, of course, repay us with staff permits. We're going to lose 17. That's a big number for just 2 staff permits. But you betcha, the staff permits are the hardest thing to come by, so you've got to do what you can do. But meanwhile, the surgical supplies maxed out for now. Surprised we've been able to do that. HQ's request. Oh, okay, scout team. Scout team reaches the village. At first glance, nothing seemed out of the ordinary. However, the commander quickly noticed glances of fear and suspicion from the villagers. For the first half an hour, the village chief tried to hide it, but finally revealed that a strange disease had started spreading in the village the day before yesterday. People fell sick and began to behave like animals, trying to bite others. When questioned about a strange man in a wide-brimmed hat, the village chief recalled someone matching the description had passed through the village just before the outbreak. The man had asked for permission to fill his canteen with water from the well, and after that left, heading north. Share information about the disease and leave some medicine. Scout commander tells the village chief about their findings regarding this disease and cautions him to separate anyone bitten. Then scouts provide the village with some medicine that can help with the symptoms and ease the pain. The village chief seemed frightened by the newfound knowledge, but promised to abide by the suggestions. Leaving the village, the commander was more and more suspicious about the man with the wide-brimmed hat. The team should locate this man and question him as fast as they can. Scout team searches for the man in a wide-brimmed hat to question him about the strange disease. 6.5 hours to continue the search. It's weird that the scouts aren't required to rest. Alright, upgrades done in mere minutes, And we're quickly making our way through a number of... In fact, we've had, what?
Sir, operation was successful.
6, 7 saved already with 0 loss so far today. Orthopedic lifts construction has finished. Alright, we are resting already. The other one is arrested. We're looking okay there. Nope, there's your exhausted. So we'll keep that rest on for a little bit longer. Still nothing new in the other departments. It's all chemical wards so far. Checking back in with the ADS. 11 wounded have been brought back to the ADS. 27 still out in the trenches. Just the 5 teams now, so we did lose one of our teams from out there. Is this them? They're not even carrying. Yeah, they're not carrying. I think that's our CCS assigned crew now. Rehab Center has been quiet. 2 new patients have been brought there. 1 awaiting decision. Let's go ahead and send him to the trenches, and then we'll send 1 to HQ.
Sir, patient is cured.
We have no idea what the state of the next battle is going to be, but we're looking at 3 days plus. Denied admission. There was only a single patient that we denied admission. They have now passed. They have moved on. Let's check our staff assignments while we have a moment. These guys are already recovered. We're going to send them out to the advanced dressing station to get us back up to 6. She's down to 1 hour of rest time. Rehab Center is in the worst shape, so we'll send her there. These guys are rested. We're going to swap out the 2 here. The others are okay.
Sir,
We could definitely take on another upgrade. CCS standard issue transfusion kit, 10% decrease in deterioration. Easy choice for us these days. That's all pharmacy, staff lodging. You get 3 that are nice and fresh. That would get us down to 4 hours. 2 that are resting. They'll be okay. We'll make it 3 hours. A patient who is being transported died from their wounds, so never even reached us. CCS is currently over capacity. Yeah, we're at 21. Whoa, that number just jumped to 52, folks. 4 deceased here now. There's just 10 wounded. So some of those are already being transported. There's still 23 in the trenches. We've had 6 medic teams half the time. We've had 5 medic teams the other half of the time. And we're still not even close to keeping up with this. We're still losing patients left and right here. 6 hours, costly surgery. Nope. We're going to deny you. The improving safety measures mission is going to be done in just over an hour and a half, so we are going to get that personnel back. That's going to help us speed things up a little bit. Still have a plus 100.
Sir, operation was successful.
Number of the trenches slowly decreasing. Finally, the aftermath of the battle, right? That number just kept increasing and increasing. We're still at 32 overall. 13 wounded here. Slowly but surely, we do have medic teams that are bringing them to the CCS. We are getting some numbers there. We also have this ambulance coming in, bringing further patients. But we're down to 18 that are wounded out there as the medic teams just keep working and working and working, bringing them in. There's another one. And the number's still 18. So actually, there's numbers in transit, I suppose.
Sir, I believe we found something. Our study has shown that coughing and sneezing seems to spread the sickness. This is truly fascinating.
It may be, Doctor, but what are the conclusions based on this discovery?
Well, sir, I believe if people were to wear mouth and nose protection, it could significantly limit the spread of the disease. Thick cloth masks could be distributed to civilians, but even a simple scarf tied around the nose and mouth could help to a degree.
Are you certain? This seems rather superficial.
Yes, sir. I understand that this sounds rather bothersome, but I believe these measures will help reduce the speed of spread.
Alright, so Grissing stumbled on to what is obvious to, well, it's not that obvious to us, is it? There's a lot of people who Absolutely, we're not on board. Looks like we now have 2 follow-up missions. Neither one is timed. With our staff back, we're going to put our staff to work. We clearly have also some assignments here. Yeah, we have an extremely exhausted group. We're going to not immediately send them on a rest. We're going to wait just a little bit for this group to try to make their way in that direction, and then we will rest them. 9 minutes, we'll send them out there. So it looks like we'll wait a little bit before we start our next upgrade, maybe an hour. But the CCS, we are getting some progress here. So let's, yes, there we go. We do finally have, we have 2 critical patients. Get 2 of them going right now. The man in a wide brimmed hat was found on the road bound north for the next village. When approached, the man did not look one bit frightened or startled, greeting the scouts with a friendly gesture. When questioned, he revealed he is a witch doctor, pressed for the cause of his presence in the villages where the outbreak happened. He happily explained to the scouts that he is studying the unusual strain of rabies discovered by him. He is certain that with enough cases, he could create a cure not only for this strain, but for all strains of rabies. That's why he infected the villages in the area to study the sick. The witch doctor proposed to share his research with the scouts and provide medicine for the hospital if they let him finish the research. There's the arrest and deliver. That will give us 6 military contracts if we do that. We can shoot him, which will raise morale. Or we can let him go and finish his research. The witch doctor's laboratory, it's a new depot. Highly questionable decision. The thing about that is I wish there was a 4th option. The stop spreading it. You now have enough to study. It's already happened. There's nothing we can do to roll that back. There is going to be consequences for what you do, like, say, arrest him. Oh, that still unlocks the looting. That still unlocks it. Okay, well, there you go. Scout commander, horrified by the witch doctor's behavior, immediately rejects the madman's offer and orders the scouts to arrest him. There is a quick struggle, but the man is quickly restrained. Scout team makes their way to the nearest HQ. As much as the commander wants to just shoot the witch doctor for causing so much pain and death, he knows he needs to abide by the law. The mad doctor will be tried and punished by the officers in HQ. Commander is sure that the man in a wide-brimmed hat will get what he deserves.
Sir, Scouts unit have started a new
And hopefully we do get what information he has and can carry on with that mission at some point to cure those people. After giving away like half of our chemical supplies, we're already starting to rebound a little bit. Trauma's doing well. Surgical's like maxed out. And we have plenty of freight. And we actually have another train here in just minutes.
Sir, new patient arrived.
New critical patient reaching us, but we'll be able to get to them right away. That's the nice thing, is we're getting patients that weren't making it previously are making it now. This guy is terminal, but he is going to survive apparently. Okay, I think we've already waited that hour. Let's go ahead and get our next camp improvement on the go. Production, that's one of those areas that we've just not quite done enough. Increases the number of available trucks. Well, we have a second depot unlocked, so we want to get that second truck. So we'll get that improvement on the go. Staff lodging, these guys. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Okay, nurses are struggling. Close to collapsing. Now we'll give this guy a rest.
Medics are on the way.
Down to 25, down to just 11 in the trenches. I feel like that number is not changing by much. Only less dead than we were suffering from previously, but even with 6 medic teams, it's clearly not enough. Doctor, that's the one you want. 4-0, even though the 3, no, we need to cut out. Yeah, I would have liked to save those 3 resources, but we need to cut out the fatigue on the doctor to keep him working, because there's so many. This is chemical ward. Yeah, look at that. Well rested. Operating stable. Is that this one? Yeah, rested. Look, he's no longer in need of a rest. That was this guy. Very good to see. Rehab Center. Just
Sir,
one patient
engineers reached the construction site.
after everything. +3. Finally. the first +3 we've had in quite some time. It's been a long string of +1s. We'll send them to the trenches, and the next group will
Sir, patient is cured.
go to HQ. Oh, there's that next battle, and we're good. We're good to go for it. Sounds like the raid's beginning to fall. Fog's cleared up a little bit as a result. Morale's pretty much maxed. I think maybe 98%, so short of rehab.
Sir, operation was successful.
Down to 2 trips to the front for our medic teams, but some of them are actively busy trying to bring patients down to the CCS. And we've got some nurses in need of recovery. Okay, these guys are good to go. So let's cycle them through to the front. Okay, my latest denied admission patient has died. So we've lost 2 that we denied admission to, but otherwise everybody else so far has made it or has been served or is waiting. And then, we lost in the trenches. So even with 6 teams, we're still not able to save them all, but so much more than before. Truck garage enhancement 1 has finished. So that gives us a second truck, and as a result, we should be able to... Oh, okay. The escorting prisoner to HQ, it's taking 1 more day, so they're still working on it before we're going to have the second depot, or second depot for that second truck. Apparently, we're down to 4 in the trenches. So we're going to start to bring back some of the crews, but I want to get that number down. Nurses working through the fatigue, hanging in there. And with that latest task done, our scouts are looking good. Let's give a rest here. We'll wait an hour and a half to start the next upgrade.
Sir, nurses are on the way.
Influenza countermeasures, part 2. Study conducted by Dr. Grissing suggests that the disease spreads through cough and sneezing. Dr. Grissing's solution is to mandate for every person to wear mouth and nose protection in the form of thick cloth masks. According to him, this should limit the spread of the disease. This will, however, surely be met with reluctance and resistance from civilians. We will absolutely give the mask mandate. Morale's down to 49%. That must be the mask mandate. The mask mandate dropped morale by 20-something%, while we just lost a few more patients. We're at 59 lost now. That's 15 overall for the episode. 2 were denied, and that's it. Like that's all of it. We have lost 0 on the table. We've lost 0 at the CCS. We're down to 3 wounded in the trenches themselves. We're close to that phase where they're heading for the CCS. Cost operations already, yeah, that's still all about the chemical ward for now. Everyone waiting is good or better. Alcohol supplies are low. We do have a train coming in 7.5 hours. I don't think it's going to take care of us in the way we need it to, so let's get some alcohol ordered. That's 9 contracts. Chemical supplies a little bit on the low side. 3 additional. But again, keeping our focus on the cheap ones.
Operation was successful.
And that's going to take 4 hours. And just as I say, like 30 seconds ago, for you moments ago, but 30 seconds ago, I mentioned that we haven't lost anyone on the table. And then we go and lose somebody on the table. Okay, exhausted. Go rest. Exhausted, but not falling down. So here's what we've been waiting on, folks. Advanced dressing station allows ambulances to transport wounded to CCS from the ADS. So from the advanced dressing station to the casualty clearing station, the ambulances will start helping us out. Increases number of available ambulances by 1. I think that's actually early enough to even still impact things, because those medic teams not only have to pull them out of the trenches and bring them back to the ADS,
Sir,
but then they have to bring them from the ADS to the CCS, and that's where we're losing so many. We get them back here. Wounded in the trenches, big fat 0.
Sir,
Still 2 deceased there, but we're down to the 23 wounded, decreasing number. This is probably that last one coming back from the front. It's going to be a lot of general surgeries, but it's going to be a lot of them showing up very late in that process. Rest period for both of them. 9 of them. We'll send 3 to the front, 6 to HQ, the last 3. So that makes 6 at 6, really, over the last 12 points.
Patient is cured.
Fatigue setting in. Definitely got to watch out for that. Engineers. It's taken them a minute to reach the advanced dressing station. Their 3-hour timer still hasn't even started.
Sir, engineers reached the construction site.
Wow, look at this. Multiple ambulances. The operating ward, there's nobody there at the moment. I thought we had swapped. We were resting one medic team, but the other one, they were assigned there a long time ago. Okay, exhausted. They're going to rest. We need to start helping the CCS.
Sir, operation was successful.
Numbers in the CCS are growing rapidly as our medic teams from the ADS are bringing them now down here. We were getting the occasional one before, but now all of them are coming down here now that the trenches are clear. And now that we finally have this medic team working in the CCS, we just cleared both ambulances also. So we're suddenly at 25 patients. Let's see what we've got. A number of stable patients in the chemical ward. It is starting to get a little bit worrying, but that's where we're at with all of this. And we've got that rest. Okay, we'll start with that. Trauma ward, 3 patients, 2 well-rested doctors. We've got 1 10-hour and challenging. We've got a 12-hour and a 16-hour. The 12-hour, though, they're good. And the surgery ward, finally, patients have arrived in quick succession between the ambulance and our medic teams. Suddenly, we have all these surgery ward patients. 2 that are terminal, not easy, but both can certainly be treated. So we'll get them in immediately, and then we have 3 that are serious. So we'll do the same thing here, where we have a 2-hour and a 2-hour. So that puts everybody at 4 hours of operations right now. Time frame, I know it's not necessarily what you're going to get. Like, this doctor is going to be pretty tired from those 2 surgeries, even though it's the same time as the others. And then we have somebody that is stable. All right, first wave of patients. It's about time.
New patient arrived.
Well, looks like we did lose one more. We're at 60 now. That's 16 total dead. Just 1 on the table, 2 from being denied admission. That's 3 out of the 16. That means we lost 13 at the front. And we're still not guaranteed that we've are in the clear yet, as there's still 18. But seeing that our medic teams are very active and now just bam, 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 back and forth between the ADS, CCS, I think we might be just about in the clear on this one. Morale, really low. We're going to take the morale boost. Fatigue, really high for our teams. I think we were just at 146, so we're at 20 saved, 16 lost today. I mean, we actually have a positive balance as far as things are going. Digging the tunnel. And I forgot all about this one with the heat of the moment and dealing with the aftermath of this fight. Like I said, we've nearly got it under control, where we can expect to not lose any additional patients except for maybe on the operating table or denying 1 or 2 more. As for that ADS, there's not much left coming towards us. But the tunnel, yeah, they're finished with it. We're going to strike the enemy soon.
Sir, medics are on the way.
Now the operating ward is finally busy, active, and positive event after positive event. Still 18 out there, though. But just 3 teams and very exhausted teams to try to bring those guys back. We did get our train. Our train came in, so we have supplies once again. The alcohol has risen. The food is there. Garage construction has finished. Even operating immediately, he's not going to make it, so we're going to have to deny that one. So that's one who got to us too late. Meanwhile, our chemical ward condition has changed for a number of patients. These 2 apparently aren't going to make it that long. We're talking a short period of time, but the situation has changed rather rapidly. Okay, that's a couple more. Here's another one that's critical and not going to make it. All of these are going to not make it if we don't treat them. So suddenly we're having to make that difficult choice, and we've got 4 that are not going, 5 that are not going to make it. So that is 5 more future patients that we're going to lose. That chemical ward is finally backed up to that point where it's just
Sir,
not happening.
new patient arrived.
22 at the front's now 15. Getting better. Is this our tunnel? Oh yeah, that's what that is.
The tunnel. The enemy has set charges to destroy it.
Oh no.
Bloody Germans!
Dear heavens.
Sir, we should dispatch more medic teams to the advanced dressing station. There probably are a lot of wounded in the trenches that need our help.
Bad timing. Bad timing. And we were just getting this under control. At least we're just getting this under control, but all 3 of these guys are close to collapse. 26 in the trenches now. And we still have the 14 waiting for a medic team. The upgrade, though, is done. So we have the ambulance to start bringing them back. That's good. But really bad timing once again. The next assignment. Oh my goodness. Secret plans! Take some time, but the scout team finds the center point of the operation. Deep in the woods, it looks some sort of German camp is being prepared. There were multiple trucks with equipment standing at the center of the camp. At least 2 platoons worth of soldiers were working on some kind of excavation. It seemed like the Germans were preparing for an advanced position. Based on the pattern of excavation, there will be a double trench line and at least 1 line for mortar positions. The work was only beginning and it would take the Germans at least a week or 2 to finish it, but the commander knows that the sooner they destroy this camp, the better. Report the findings. We're going to get 10 military contracts.
Sir, Scout's unit has started a new mission.
Each scout has over a day to finish the one.
Sir,
We have
patient
5
secure.
days till the end of the chapter, and that's our depot income, I think. No, we have over a day till we're getting, man with the, he's still being escorted. It's still more than a day till that's
Sir,
done.
engineers reached the pharmacy.
We haven't lost any more patients for a bit,
medics are
but
on the way.
that's about to change because suddenly our 12
Sir,
wounded
nurses
here.
reached the
Well,
hospital.
hopefully the ambulance can really take care of them because the 26 wounded in the trenches are a real problem. This is almost like another battle just after that last battle. Right on top of the other one. Yeah, see, suddenly this guy is not gonna make it, so there's another one denied. This chapter, anyway, feels like we really need to try to get another upgrade done to get us a 3rd doctor in the chemical ward. That's really pushing it, but it seems like that's going to be a bit of a necessity for us. Meanwhile, the rehab center, we only have 8 medic teams. It's clearly not enough to handle like the aftermath of a battle, and they're really cheap as far as personnel contracts, but we don't have any housing space. So the easy solution to that one is make that our next camp improvement, is to expand the medic team. Those extra engineers, wow, we've been just flying through stuff right now. In fact, our staff contracts are down to 28 from up over 50. We've been making so much rapid progress in terms of research. Up to 65, but again, a lot of these are denied admission. We did lose one in the admission area, though. Who was not denied? Morale's at 38. Planning a new offensive. We were able to do that.
Sir, operation was successful.
2 more died after being denied admission, so that's part of our group of 5. And there's still at least a couple in there. This is finally down to 8, though. We're at least getting somewhere with it, but decrease cost. We've been kind of maxed out here lately. Let's go with the shorter rehab at the moment. Character level up. An engineer. He's ambitious already. Decreasing construction time. That's definitely my favorite number 2 option. So far today, we've had a 50% increase in losses. And we're going to go ahead and pause here. This is going to be the end of the episode. We've just gone under the 1-day mark on those 2 scout missions. They're going to end at roughly the same time. 5 minutes till we have that upgrade done. So we're going to right at the beginning of the next episode, we're going to use some staff points to bring in some additional medic teams. 50% increase to losses, though. That is a lot. That is a lot. And 5 of those this time. Roughly. 5 of those have been civilians with this influenza. Okay, there's 22, so subtract that out, we're at 17. We lost 1 on the table, that's 16. We denied a couple, that's 14. The other 14 were all at the front. We're still losing at the front, but not as severely as before. But then we just had this mess with they countermined our trench and blew it up. So there's 1 dead out there right now. There's still 24 wounded in the trenches. We've barely made a dent. There's only 3 medic teams out there. That's going to be a big problem next time. That's going to see that casualty number fly high if we aren't able to get out there and get them some support. So that's a very urgent matter to begin the next episode. 2 attacks coming, but we're prepared for both, so that's all good. Now it's really just about saving patients. Supply is still good, even though we've definitely dipped into supply a bit. Trauma and chemical supply have taken a big hit. Military contracts have taken a big hit. I mean, we're a good minus 25 or so from where we were, and we're about to use up a lot of our staff contracts as well. That is going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.